Hi, welcome to this Technological Literacy Standards briefing on developing professionals, preparing technology teachers. My name is Ed Reeve, and I'm a professor in the Department of Engineering and Technology Education at Utah State University, which is located in Logan, Utah. But before we begin, let's ask ourselves, what is a professional? Perhaps this is best summed up by the late Sir Winston Churchill, who stated, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Now let's take a look at what do we mean by a professional technology teacher? Well, a professional technology teacher is someone who gives back to their profession by being actively involved. Characteristics of a professional technology teacher today would include someone who has, of course, a good working knowledge of the standards for technological literacy. Someone has good communication and preparation skills and enjoys teaching. Characteristics of a professional technology teacher today would include someone who is professionally involved with technology education on the local, state, or national level. Another characteristic of a professional technology teacher today is someone who has the desire to network and work collaboratively with others, and of course, someone who has a quest for lifelong learning. The purpose of this presentation is to provide suggestions and tools for those who plan, implement, and/or evaluate the education of teachers of technology. This presentation is based on developing professionals preparing technology teachers, which is part of an addenda series to the Standards for Technological Literacy, Content for the Study of Technology, or STL, and Advancing Excellence in Technological Literacy, Student Assessment, Professional Development, and Program Standards, or AETL. Let's now take a look at planning professional development. Remember, before we begin, professional development is a continuous process of lifelong learning and growth that begins early in life, continues throughout the undergraduate pre-service experiences, and extends through the in-service years. When planning professional development, planners need to look at some key questions. It is useful for planners to examine the following questions. Number 1, where are we now? Number 2, where do we want to go? Number 3, how are we going to get there? Number 4, what knowledge and abilities must educators possess to get there? And number 5, how will we know when we arrive? This presentation will look at answering these questions. Question number 1, where are we now? To answer question 1, professional developers must take an inventory of where they are in their pre-service or in-service professional programs. In developing professionals preparing technology teachers, matrices are developed and have been provided to help program developers find the current state of their program. Question number 2, where do we want to go? Question number 2 is really easy to answer. Professional development for technology teachers must be developed and based on the 7 professional development standards presented in AETL. The 7 professional development standards presented in AETL state that professional development will, number 1, provide teachers with knowledge, abilities, and understanding consistent with standards for technological literacy, content for the study of technology. Professional development standard number 2 states that professional development will provide teachers with educational perspectives on students as learners of technology. Professional development standard number 3 states that professional development will prepare teachers to design and evaluate technology, curricula, and programs. Professional development standards 4 states that professional development will prepare teachers to use instructional strategies that enhance technology, teaching, student learning, and student assessment. Professional development, the final 3 here, professional development standard 5 states that professional development will prepare teachers to design and manage learning environments that promote technological literacy. Standard number 6 states that professional development will prepare teachers to be responsible for their own continued growth. And the final professional development standard, number 7, states that professional development will plan, implement, and evaluate the pre-service and in-service of education of teachers. Question number 3. How are we going to get there? To answer question 3 requires technology teacher professional developers to plan, implement, and evaluate standards-based professional development activities. The following slides present information about the characteristics of effective professional development. Let's begin now by looking at effective professional development programs. Effective professional development programs starts with the standards. These are the standards presented in the Standards for Technological Literacy and in the AETL. Effective professional development programs improve student learning by providing students with good standards-based technology activities and experiences. Effective professional development programs enhance teacher content and pedagogical knowledge by providing the most current thinking related to teaching, learning, and assessment. For example, today, research in cognitive science promotes providing students with a deep understanding of the material being learned. Effective professional development programs promote professionalism. Professional development providers are professionally active and encourage others to become involved. Remember, actions speak louder than words. Effective professional development programs align with other reform initiatives. For example, professional development providers are aware of change agents such as the pre-engineering movement that may change or alter our field. Effective professional development programs promote collegiality and collaborative exchange. One of the greatest benefits of being professionally involved is a network of friends you develop, your peers, whom you can share your ideas and thoughts with. Effective professional developments are ongoing, career-embedded, and sustained. Professional development is not a one-time event, it is a lifelong commitment. For example, even after retirement today, you can still find many technology professionals still active in their field. Effective professional development programs include accountability measures. Good professional development programs continually evaluate themselves to make sure they are doing the best job possible. Let's now look at question number 4 for professional development planning. What knowledge and abilities must educators possess to get there? To answer question 4 requires knowing about the various approaches that can be used to plan, develop, and establish comprehensive standards-based professional development programs for teachers of technology. The following slides present various approaches and suggestions that can be used by those, for example, teacher educators, in planning comprehensive standards-based professional development programs. So now let's look at some of these approaches that or suggestions that can be followed. For those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs, they should remember to involve stakeholders. Stakeholders should be active in the professional development process. For example, advisory committees are an effective way to involve stakeholders. Those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should provide time and resources. Time and resources are needed to support professional development effort. For example, practicing teachers should be given support and professional time to attend local, state, and national conferences. Those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should commit to professional development. Committing to professional development means learning about new content or teaching and learning approaches that are influencing our field. For example, those teaching in technology education today should know about such things as action research, mentoring, partnerships, and online education. Those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should identify teacher learning needs and establish goals. Remember, one of the major goals of technology education is technological literacy for all students. Those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should define content based on the AETL professional development standards. Those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should identify assessment measures. Various assessment measures should be used to provide evidence that learning is occurring. Those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should consider the context. Remember, one size does not fit all. Professional development providers should be aware of contextual factors that may influence teacher learning. And finally, those involved in planning and establishing professional development programs should develop a solid plan that identifies the important factors needed to ensure professionalism. As we almost conclude this presentation, we look at our final question here for professional development planning. How will we know when we have arrived? We will know when we have arrived when we can identify sound technology, teacher professional development programs that have been developed based on the professional development standards stated in advancing excellence in technological literacy. We will know when we have arrived when we can report gains in K through 12 student achievement based on the results of student assessment. As Killian notes, the only results of professional development that matters is increased student achievement. And now I'd like to make a call to action for you related to professional development. If you are a teacher candidate, I encourage you to get involved with your profession. Join ITEEA and become involved in the Technology Education Student Association, TECA, for example, where you can learn to network early with your peers and learn about new things happening in the exciting field of technology education. If you are a teacher of technology, I encourage you to stay active in your profession. The experiences and activities it can provide benefits you, your students, and your program. If you are a teacher educator, it is your professional responsibility to promote professional development. And finally, a call to action for administrators, for example, principals or supervisors of technology education personnel. You must commit to professional development. It is an investment in our future, where all citizens are technological literacy. At this time, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to learning about how to prepare professional technology teachers.